Hi, my name's Stephanie. I'm a member of Charles Street Video and I volunteer here. And I'm going to be going through with you today a tutorial on how to set up the Cartoni mini jib arm. So this is the Cartoni mini jib arm. 5 weights, a light stand, and you're going to need to rent or to have a tripod, preferably a wider heavy-duty based tripod. You should always make sure that the plate matches the pins in the bottom of your camera. Okay, so when you're setting up the mini jib arm, the first thing you need to consider is your tripod. So you're going to want to have it spread into a wide position. A good thing to do is to always weigh this down. And then the next consideration is taking off this the tripod head. We'll be using it on the jib arm itself. In the bowl here is where the arm's going to be attaching. So now for the fun part. Here's our Cartoni jib. Essentially what you're going to do is unscrew from the bottom here. And just fits in like so underneath in the bowl of the head. One thing to keep in mind is there are levers on the sides here, and these 2 arms and bars are quite flexible. So I would never recommend to hold it here because it might rotate and pinch. And same thing, you just go from underneath, just secure it into place. At this point, the jib arm is on securely, and what I'll show you is some of the controls. So this knob here, if you loosen it, this controls the panning function. And the looser it is, the more fluid, the quicker you can move and rotate. And this lever / knob, I always recommend, again, holding it in the middle. So this, if you loosen this all the way up, this controls the angle of the actual jib arm itself. And to lock it in place, if you're happy and you just want to have it at one height, you just lock it and pull it over as far as possible. On this side, on the back end, got a knob at the top, and that's actually an extension. So the similar thing, it'll extend your counterbalance. So cameras in the front, your weights go on the back. This bar, you'll see this has a knob on top. Slides, you place your weights on here, and this locks into place by turning this tight as well. So we've got the back end of this extended as far out as it goes. We're just about to put weights on, but first I'm going to show you the front end of the jib arm and how to extend it here. There's 2 levers, so you want to loosen them up. Again, never hold your hands in here because what happens is this gives out and you can easily pinch your fingers. At this point, you can rotate and you extend the bars out. I think this is as far as they go. I'm just going to go over the knobs here again. So to tighten, it's just you actually pull on the lever and rotate. These buttons are not required to tighten. So if it's interfering or you want it on a different side, say on the left side versus right side, and what you do is you push the button and you can just move the lever in whatever direction you want. So one other important consideration when you're extending the bars is the angle at which you want the camera mounted. So the bottom bar is actually quite important. I'm going to loosen it up again. So this changes the angle. So if you want something sort of overhead shot or pointing downwards, and likewise you can sort of angle it up as well. What ends up happening with this jib arm is it's now that it's extended, it's becoming really front heavy. Just to be safe on this front end, we're going to set up a light stand. So here, for this example, we'll have it about here. Just going to lock that in. It's going to lock in here. And that actually is really important safety, so it's going to keep your camera secure while you're mounting it. We're going to add the weight that comes with the jib arm. It comes with 10 kilos. And what we'll do is just put them on this bar, and then we'll lock it in place with the bolt. And that tops you up here. Make sure they're locked in. You don't want them to fall off or injure anybody. And then we're going to slide this back down, lock it into place. That adds a little bit of weight at the end as well. And what we'll do next is attach the camera. We're going to put the tripod head into the bowl of the front tongue and secure it in place from underneath. So we're almost ready for the moment of truth. We've got the camera plate attached to the camera. We're sliding it onto the head here. Just lock that in place for a secure lock. What you're going to want to do at this point is reposition the arm from the down position. The reason for this is that when you are using the jib arm, you don't want it knocking into the ground. One other really cool thing that you can do with the Cartoni jib arm is change the angle that your camera is mounted on. The front tongue removes from the jib arm here by dialing this knob. You'll notice there's some pins. So with an Allen key, if you go in, unscrew it, you can reposition it at a 90-degree angle and ultimately change the look of your shots, or go from portrait to landscape, depending on what you want. The bar here is locked. You're going to remove the light stand. You always just want to hold onto the bar before you release. So I really love this Cartoni Jib arm because it's a great way to add a really high production value to your work without adding a lot to your budget. The rental is quite affordable, and it's portable. Some of the really beautiful shots you can do with the jib arm are the diagonals, where you get elevation and panning at the same time, which is a really cool function. Possibilities are endless with this. I think it's a really great addition to our rentals. Thanks so much for watching the tutorial. I really, really hope you get a chance to take out the Cartoni Jib arm. It's a great way to up the production value and experiment a lot with some of the work you're doing. On behalf of everyone at Charles Street Video, thank you very much and have a great day.